By the way, I just want to say like one thing because there was this whole like freestyle like
Hmm.
threat, were players threatened or not. I mean, like when I was told, I I I wouldn't say that I was threatened. I didn't use any words like this, but I was told like this is just, I'm not going to use any fancy adjectives, but I was told very specifically after there was this like announcement by Freestyle that they would have the World Championship next year, Freestyle World Championship, that I am legally not allowed to play in anything called World Chess Championship
Hmm.
by a contract that I signed for
Hmm.
candidates in the
Hmm.
past. So, okay, I was told that. Now, I mean, you can call it a threat or not. I don't know what you want to call it, but basically, I don't know if you'd call it a threat because yes, this is something I've signed in the past. On the other hand, like I'm not involved in the organization, so why tell me? Why not tell the organizer? Then they can relay that information to me, or I don't know exactly how it should work. But there was this like kind of communication going on between all these parties, and at some point probably became rather hostile.
Yeah.
Not towards players, but between the parties that were, I mean, FIDE and Freestyle probably became hostile because obviously it turned very ugly. And then at some point I was told very specifically, like closer to this tournament, that no player would be punished, and I can be assured of that, in regards to any decision I would make. Now, it was a
Does that
bit.
include you playing in a world
No, it
championship
was
title event?
it was a vague statement. It doesn't include everything, so I don't know. But it felt like a promise. It was from Arkady. It felt like a promise that, whatever we decide in terms of freestyle, because it was maybe not directly referring to it, but obviously it could have only been referring to that. Uh, that no player would be punished. So that felt like a promise from the FIDE president. So after that, I no longer worried, and I mean, I told everyone like I'm not going to be in the middle of this. Um, I can tell the other party that, this is FIDE's position. uh, I can tell Freestyle that this is FIDE's position about the players, but I'm not going to get in the middle of it too much. Uh, but again, that's exactly how it happened. So,
Mm.
you know, to call it threats or not threats, I don't know, but that's how it went on.
Yeah, very interesting. A bit murky with the timeline. A ping pong between threats, no threats, assurances, and
No, the timeline's not
whatnot.
murky. That one I could tell you exactly. On November 23rd,
Oh,
I
okay.
was told this that
That was a
I'm
big. That
legally
was the initial threat. So, or like the legal
okay, whatever you want to call it.
repercussions.
I mean,
Yes.
not even like just telling me basically you can't participate in a world championship
This is what you
by your
signed.
contract.
This is what you signed.
Then
Yes.
I told Freestyle like, okay, this is basically what I'm being told. Now I don't know exactly what Freestyle is going to be called or not, and you can speak to FIDE or not, but this is what I'm told. So
This is in your hands right now.
then
You
they
need to
they
sort it out.
talked between themselves, um, and then Magnus and Hikaru at some point, I believe, gave an ultimatum. Probably like a week before this tournament. Um, like I basically like left it alone, and then at some point I needed to kind of understand if I'm playing in February or not. So I reached out to 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 people at Freestyle, Jan and someone else, and I said, okay, has this been resolved? Just so I know. And then the kind of talk started again, and then eventually I think Hikaru and Magnus gave their ultimatum about participating in this event, and then I was told, and I assume other players were given this assurance that no player will be punished, which was reassuring. Then I basically made my kind of plan that okay, I'm going to be playing in Weisenhaus in February.
That's the schedule. Yeah.
That's just for my scheduling reasons. I want to play, of course, but just so I know that I can play, and and then we came here, and everything seemed fine, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I'm sure time will clear things out even more. For now, that was it from us from New York. Tomorrow, Blitz. Watch it wherever you're watching it and support us. Hopefully, we'll see you on the 31st as well in
Yeah,
the last
hopefully,
date.
hopefully.
Maybe myself as well. Who knows? Cheers. Don't let me hang you.